Today is Wednesday, January 21st of 2026. My name is Tom, and this is your ReadyCore Daily Brief. Today, not all risks are equal. Probability tells you what's likely, but impact tells you what matters most. We'll get to that in just a minute, but first, let's get you up to date with the latest from the RISAT team and the Daily Sit Rep.
This is your AmCon Daily Sit Rep for January the 21st, 2026. Up first today, a recall alert. Tri-Union Seafoods has announced an expanded recall of canned tuna products accidentally shipped to stores across 9 states, including Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Maryland, Virginia, and California. The recall stems from a pull tab defect that could compromise can seals and led to contamination with Clostridium botulinum, a potentially fatal bacteria. Consumers should check cans with UPC 48073265 or 480013275 and specific can codes and best by dates through 2028. Avoid consuming these cans and return them to the place of purchase for a refund. Seek immediate medical attention if you feel unwell after consuming the product. Turning to health news, a recent Cochrane review highlights the effectiveness of exercise in alleviating depression symptoms. Exercise can reduce depression to a degree similar to psychological therapy and may also provide benefits comparable to antidepressant medication for some individuals. Experts recommend incorporating consistent, enjoyable physical activity, such as walking, dancing, gardening, or gentle yoga, alongside other treatments. Exercise also promotes overall health and resilience against depression. In weather updates, forecasters warn of a major winter storm expected to bring significant ice threats from Texas to the Carolinas later this week through the weekend. An Arctic air mass from Canada will collide with moist air from the Gulf, potentially causing widespread power outages and hazardous travel conditions. Major airports in Dallas, Atlanta, Memphis, and Charlotte may face delays and cancellations. Residents across the affected southern states are advised to prepare for infrastructure disruptions, extremely cold conditions, and hazardous roadways. Those with travel plans should consider postponing or altering them. Next, we focus on the concept of voluntary discomfort, a resilience-building practice involving intentionally engaging in small, controlled physical or mental challenges to expand comfort zones and strengthen stress tolerance. Techniques include cold showers, taking stairs, and social interactions outside the comfort zone. This practice helps individuals build mastery, reduce worry, and increase gratitude for comfort. However, experts caution against overdoing it or using it as emotional suppression. Lastly, a heightened alert for civil unrest. Potential violent protests are expected over the coming days on the south side of downtown Minneapolis. Members are urged to maintain high situational awareness in public spaces, stay clear of protest areas if possible, and report suspicious activity to local authorities or the RISAT team via designated communication channels. Protests related to ICE enforcement continue to grow in large cities with increasing violence. Drivers should plan routes accordingly and remain vigilant. Today's weather summary shows dangerously cold Arctic air spreading across the Great Plains and Midwest beginning tonight, with lake effect snow expected near the Great Lakes. Multiple storm systems will keep temperatures low and ice hazards persistent, especially in the northern plains on Thursday extending south and eastward. Residents should prepare for frigid wind chills and an expansive winter storm arriving Friday in the southern Rockies, Plains, and Mid-South. On the ReadyCore events calendar for the coming week, Oklahoma members can attend a January meeting tomorrow evening in Norman. The Southeastern region will hold a Winter Field Day exercise on January 24th and 25th in Tupelo, Mississippi, with encouragement for local groups to host related events. Members can access the American Contingency Members Only site to get the full report and more in-depth analysis of today's stories, along with practical preparedness tips, training opportunities, and resources to help you, your family, and your neighborhood stay crisis ready.
Hey, just a quick heads up before we get to today's episode. We're looking at a week, and especially weekend ahead, with potentially dangerous winter and ice weather across much of the South, places in the country that are not used to this sort of thing. These are the kinds of conditions that don't just disrupt travel. They knock out power, they strain heating systems, and turn small problems into long days really quickly. This is your reminder to take this seriously right now. Check your heat plan, review your power and water contingencies. How do you keep the pipes from freezing? Top off what needs topping off. Do that in the next day or two. And make sure that your family knows what the plan is if things get slick or go dark. Ice storms aren't dramatic, but they are very good at exposing gaps. All right, on with the show. Ryan once joked that he was more ready for a zombie apocalypse than for a busted water heater, which you might get this weekend. That changed the night the water heater actually broke. flooding the utility room and knocking out hot water for 3 whole days. No global collapse, no end of the world, just inconvenient, expensive, and stressful. I prepared for rare danger, he said, and ignored certain discomfort. That's the lesson behind risk versus impact decisions. Every hazard has 2 parts. How likely is it to happen, and how big is the impact if it did happen? Probability keeps you focused on what's frequent. Impact reminds you what's serious. So when you combine those two, you get clarity on where to act first. Here's a simple formula. High probability plus high impact, prepare now. Low probability but high impact, prepare gradually. High probability plus low impact, prepare lightly. And low probability and low impact, you can ignore those for now. This mindset keeps your attention balanced. You stop chasing low probability drama, but you also don't neglect high consequence risks that truly matter. Preparedness becomes smarter, not scarier. So tonight, take one of your top risks and rate it again. This time for both likelihood and impact. Ask, if this happened tomorrow, how much would it change daily life? That's where you act first. In fact, a lot of people like to use a 4-quadrant, I guess that's redundant, but a 4-quadrant grid where impact is on the vertical axis and probability is on the horizontal axis. So that top right quadrant, high impact, high probability, becomes those things you need to prepare for now. And just map all of your likely risks on that map, and you'll be good to go. All right. Tomorrow we're going to talk about how to build resilience through repetition, why practicing for common disruptions strengthens you for everything else. Thanks as always for listening to the ReadyCore Daily Brief. If you're already a member, thank you. Make sure you check out today's resources on the members-only platform and in your ReadyCore app. And if you're not a member yet, head over to readycore.net. readycore.net, that's the new website, to join the network and start building real resilience today. I'm Tom Rigsby. Stay alert, stay ready, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.